All right, hello everyone. Welcome back. Thanks for being here. I'm gonna do something that I actually haven't done in a while. I am going to do a thin paint straight pour, and I have these gorgeous colors mixed up. I fear that they may get a little bit muddy. I'm gonna try either way. And I'm gonna see if layering them the way that I do makes any difference. But for thin paint straight pours, so the straight pour part, it's just literally I'm taking a cup, tilting it straight out, pouring it out. It creates a beautiful soft effect versus a straight pour with thick paints where you get a lot of intricate lines. This one looks more like a slice of stone. Now, I mix these paints thicker than the paints that I use for Dutch pours or for blow dryer artwork. It's about I would say 5%, maybe 10% less water. They are still extremely thin though, and I want them that thin so that I can get that beautiful softened effect. If they're too thin, then when it spills over the sides, the canvas will start to show through, and I don't like that. And if they're too thin, then the colors will all blend together, and I don't really like that as much either. So I'm just gonna get started. I'm gonna really think about how I wanna layer these so that I don't get just a ton of mud. I already know I'm gonna keep the green and magenta apart from each other, but I also have a turquoise blue. So, I don't know. Let's see. Let's paint. All right, I do know that I'm going to start with my white in the bottom. And I normally do a pretty good portion of white for these because when it's spilling out and I'm tilting it, I want the white to be the biggest part. Okay, do not do that, what I just did, because you could melt your cup. So next I want to do my yellow. And I am gonna kind of pour it down the side, but just kind of let it drip on in there. Next I'm gonna do, so I know that the magenta will go with the yellow to make a really pretty like orange color. And I'm really just swirling and kind of making designs. Next I'm gonna pour the turquoise blue kind of down the side and then swirl a little bit in there. Oh, I don't know. Do I come back in? Maybe I come back in with a little bit more white first. This lime green is what's scaring me just a little bit. Maybe I just don't put as much of it. But I do think I want more of the magenta, and I think I'm just going to go for it. Maybe they won't mix together. I don't know. Oh, I got a really pretty purple color out of there. And you can see I'm kind of just like swirling them a little bit, like sloshing and swirling them a little bit. And then I have a little bit of the paint left over if I need it to go around the sides. All right, so I got one little air bubble, boop. Okay, let's pour this out and see if it all goes to a color I don't like. We'll see. Okay, I've got a pretty color to start. I do like that color. Now I've got my design starting to come through. So that's why I poured that part of white out of there. Or that's why I had a large section of white in the bottom, because I knew that it would be the design that's on top. So when I'm pouring out of the cup, I dripped. I almost like as if my finger had been cut. Do not eat paint. So the cup itself, when I'm pouring it, the first part, what's on the top definitely tends to mix together a little bit more. I'm not going to say muddy because it doesn't always muddy. Then this portion that is like in the center will start to create these pretty swirling designs. And then what's in the very bottom of the cup will be what creates this design out here. So I did the white and the yellow, and you can see all that white I put in there ended up blending together with these other colors. So I am gonna kind of just run my finger through some of these. This section right here. And a lot of times the white will kind of come a little bit more towards the top, and it creates a little bit more interest through here. But I might just kind of, I think I might just stretch this out and leave it as it is and see what happens. I do like that kind of turquoisey, aqua green, minty color that's there, believe it or not. And then I've got like a pretty dark purple color on the outer edge. Ooh, lots of air bubbles through here, but it's gonna give it some interest. So I'm totally okay with that. All right, let's stretch this out. So the paints are super thin, much thinner than they are for my swipes and my regular ring pours. Ooh, this is really pretty. This one is almost coming out like just like a ribbon pour. Oh, I love those top colors. Oh, this one's really pretty. Oh yes, I am super happy with this. I'm gonna bring those colors just right back down there. Well, this is gonna be a short and sweet video because I do not have much to do with this at all. I love the pops of color that are in there. This is just paint and water. I'll show you in the close-up how soft it feels. So if it were a regular ribbon pour, the lines would be much more pronounced. The colors would be much more pronounced. These really just blended together almost as if it's got almost like a translucent effect to it. And the background, I am really happy with that color, that turquoise. It has a little bit of green. It's almost like a minty color. Yeah, I'm really happy. This is a super simple painting, but I think it's really pretty. All right, so I'm gonna fix my sides. I'm going to pop the air bubbles, and then I'll show you. I will say, I mean, these colors are super pretty. And I knew in other types of paintings they would go well together, but I really didn't know how this would come out, and I love it. I love the background color. And so here's what I was talking about. See how soft the colors blended together? They're still bright. They still have their own individual kind of place, but they are so soft. And like up there, it looks like translucent. Such a fun technique. And this one really does look like a beautiful ribbon pour. Super cool. All right, I'll show you how it dries. I must say that this surprised me. I did not think I would like it this much, especially as the colors were kind of, those initial colors were pouring out of the cup, but the greens that it made with that yellow, it's so soft. There's so much interest in the background. I am just really, I'm surprised, honestly, and I'm really happy. So I'm really glad that I tried this color combination out together. I love the thin paint straight pour. Such a pretty effect. So much depth too. All right, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Happy painting. Bye.